Yo everybody, this is IcicleFerret, and today we are playing some Planet Zoo. I've been playing this game a lot in my free time, and I've kind of wanted to make zoos that showcase the animals from the different continents. So that's what we're gonna do, and we're starting out with South America, because of all the continents that have representation, I think they have the fewest animals, so I think it'd be the easiest to start with. So it is nighttime, unfortunately, in the park, so it's a little harder to see. But the first animal that we have down here is the tapir, which is native to South America, as you can probably guess. And I have to get their needs up, but let's see. So here we are. The Baird's tapir is an endangered mammal native to the woodlands of Central America. It's one of 5 species of tapir, 4 of which live in Central and or South America. Males and females are of similar sizes, though females are slightly larger. Both have a dark brown to black coat, as well as a pale chin and chest when fully grown. Calves, meanwhile, are tan with white spots and stripes. Their coloration provides them with a camouflage in the dappled light of the woodland where they live. The main threat to this endangered species is deforestation, which is destroying their habitat. In order to try and reduce this, conservationists are heavily concentrated on protecting the woodlands and rainforests of Central America. Hunting is also a threat. Despite it being illegal to hunt tapirs in Mexico and Belize, Guatemala, Costa Rica, and Panama, these laws are rarely enforced. Now, they are only listed as endangered, not critically endangered or extinct in the wild. They are also the only habitat species that the base game has listed as native to South America, but there are other species in South America, and we're going to get to those. But right now we're going to start with the Baird's tapir, and we got to make these guys happy. So I'm going to fast forward through all of this boring stuff for you right here. Alright, now that we got the tapir set up, we're starting to see some guests come in. I don't really want to expand too quickly, but we can certainly add some habitat species in. And I really don't like how dark it is. I wonder if I can fix that. We'll be open till 8. Hopefully that'll keep it from getting too terribly dark. Let me get some guest facilities up too while I'm thinking about it. We're going to need an information stand. We'll put that over here. Perfect. And we're going to want some drink and food stands soonish. I probably should have thought of this beforehand, but that's alright. We'll figure it out. Tree. And forward. Forward. It's like a fire or something. Everyone thinks it's off the grid. Really weird. Can't shit going. That works. That's great, that works. I'll work on making it pretty later. But yeah, I'll work on making it pretty later. But now that we've got our bard's tapir here, and we're bleeding money like there's no tomorrow, I'm actually going to try shoving an exhibit somewhere in here. Slightly sideways. Alright, we got some exhibits going because there's plenty of exhibit animals from South America. And we're going to start with this Amazonian giant centipede. Got this. Lots of exhibit animals from South America. I'm gonna fast forward through making them all happy. I probably should have done this not in franchise mode, but in like sandbox mode. So we have two types of poison dart frogs, the layman's poison dart frog and the golden poison dart frog. And we have this Amazonian giant centipede. The zoo is pretty low on cash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this zoo run for a little while to make some money. And I just realized that these are backwards. Alright, we're gonna let the zoo make some money. So while the zoo is making some money now, I've gone ahead and I've added 2 new animals that are native to South America. We have the boa constrictor and the yellow anaconda. See him over here in the corner. And there's this guy over here. So those are the 2 snakes available in Planet Zoo that are native to South America. As I get more money here, I will probably just expand and keep going, and we'll just have a row of exhibit animals. And then I did start a path over here for our next habitat animal. Or is it the other way around? These are habitats and these are exhibits? No, these are exhibits and these are habitats. Anyway, so there's going to be another one over here. I don't have enough money for it yet, but as soon as I do, I plan on adding them to the zoo, and I might actually take out a loan so I can get this done faster for you guys. Okay, so almost a year into this zoo, we're gonna add our second habitat species. And if you play the game Planet Zoo, you might realize, or might recognize actually, the next species we're gonna add, and that is the hippopotamus. Believe it or not, there are actually wild hippopotami in South America. We're gonna adopt this guy, and we're gonna adopt this girl, and I should probably put them in quarantine first, but I'm not gonna do that. So we want to get them in the habitat as soon as possible. So yeah, there are wild hippopotamus. Hippopotami. I don't know if it's hippopotamus or hippopotami. In South America, they were brought over. I forget exactly by which drug lord, but somewhere in the northern part of South America, he brought over hippopotami. Last I heard, it was 3 females and 2 males, and released them on one of his properties. And they have just been thriving there ever since. So you go to South America, and in certain regions, you can find wild hippopotamus. They need enrichment. Let's see if I can get them some enrichment. No, I didn't want to do that. No, wrong button, wrong button. All right, well, I'll get these guys sorted out, and we'll get them back in here. Alright, now the hippos are happy. So yeah, hippos are, there are wild hippos in South America. And they are probably not going to go anywhere. To be perfectly honest, getting rid of them is going to cost way more in terms of money and manpower to get rid of the probably hundreds if not thousands of hippos that are there now. So that's what we get to look forward to, is hippos in South America. Now that I have the hippos, I have our two main habitat species, I'm going to get some more of these exhibits going. I've got some more drink options in there, but I have added now the Titan beetle here, and two species of iguana. We have the green iguana and the lesser Antillean iguana, both of which are South American species. A little low on cash, I know that. Tickets are overpriced. They were just underpriced a minute ago. Right. Now there are more exhibit animals that I can be adding. And here we have added more spiders. We have the Goliath bird eater spider, the Brazilian wandering spider, and the Brazilian salmon pink tarantula. And I need to make more money now. Alright, and we have, there's one more species here that I've added, the giant tiger land snail. Now the giant tiger land snail originates in Africa, but it was introduced to South America, and it has been kind of like the hippo, just flourishing in the new environment. So there's not really a whole lot that they can do to get rid of this little guy. So they're just going to have to learn to live with him. Now, snails, the main problem with snails is how they impact the plant life. Not so much how they impact wildlife. They're not a predator. They don't eat bird eggs or anything like that. But they will destroy native plants and animals. And these giant African land snails have been doing a bang-up job of that down in South America. Now, as far as species representation, these are all the animals available in Planet Zoo that are from South America. Now, obviously, there are a lot more South American animals than are available in Planet Zoo. You have things like jaguars, capybaras, peccaries, different kinds of deer, different kinds of monkeys, and just a whole lot of flora and fauna that you just can't find in Planet Zoo. Now, I've done my best with what they've given us, and I'll probably, if they make an expansion with more South American animals, I can certainly revisit this zoo. But for now, I think I'm pretty much done. So I've got a zoo with all of these South American animals available in Planet Zoo. And let me actually... Oops, I have a sick animal. Alright. Let me get my team on that. So I made this zoo not to be pretty. I made this zoo not to really make a whole lot of money. It was more just designed as a teaching implement. So for right now, the animals available in the Planet Zoo that are in South America, we have the Baird's tapir, we have the the hippopotamus, and I actually did some research, and they were brought over by Pablo Escobar in Colombia. So if you head to Colombia, you might find wild hippopotamus in South America. Alright, next up we have the Amazonian giant centipede, Layman's poison dart frog, golden poison dart frog, the boa constrictor, the yellow anaconda, the titan beetle, the green iguana, and the lesser Antillean iguana. Now these are both kind of North American animals as well. They're in kind of that Mexico, Caribbean area that kind of falls under Central America, but when you look on the map, they look more like they're in North America. So these guys are kind of iffy, but I figure it's good enough. And then you have the Goliath bird eater spider, the Brazilian wandering spider, and the Brazilian salmon pink tarantula. Climate? Your climate's fine. Why are you mad about your climate? Anyway. And last but not least, the giant tiger land snail. Now, like I said, there are plenty of other native species in South America that Planet Zoo just doesn't have yet. There are also plenty of invasive species that Planet Zoo doesn't have yet. Things like the wild boar, the European hare, what else? Various types of squirrels. There's a red deer. Lots of fish. Lots of fish have been introduced to the Amazon basin and things along that line that aren't available, probably won't be available in Planet Zoo unless we get an aquarium edition, which that would be really cool, is if we could have these be aquariums. It wouldn't need to be anything fancy. You just fill this up with water and have a little fish swimming a little loop in there. It'd be kind of cool. But anyway, there are lots of animals that are native to South America that, I know I've said this a million times, but lots of native South American animals that just aren't available in Planet Zoo. But that does it for today. So I hope you guys found this at least entertaining, if not educational. Thanks so much for spending time with me and my sad little zoo here. My sad little South American zoo here. But yeah, stay frosty, my friends, and I will see you next time.